Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Happy Hustle Show, episode 101 on Valentine's Day. I don't know how many of you will be around to be chatting to me on Valentine's Day, but I want to keep my streak of consistency with my Happy Hustle shows. So I am here to pass on a top tip. Lots of you came to the festival on Friday. I am still basking in the afterglow of that festival. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Tracy. It was so good, wasn't it? It was just so good. I've still got my notes sitting in front of me. There's someone at the door. Hold on, yeah, someone else is getting it. I learned so much. Like, it's just the experts that we brought into the festival were just incredible. Hi, Sheila. I hope you agree. They were. Hold on. Don't know. The doors situation's being dealt with. Yeah, they were just absolutely amazing, and like I knew what they were going to be talking about. But I got so much. Like, oh, hi, Linda. Thanks, Cassie. Yeah, I just got so much like depth of knowledge. So all of those masterclasses I have, like I knew what the content was going to be. That's why I invited them in. Like I knew who those, and obviously I know all those people. But they just really like over delivered, just seriously over delivered. And what like I absolutely loved was the energy around it, and like everybody, not everybody, but so many people in the festival goers group, just like taking action this weekend, like Linda and Cassie, and I just, like to have your £99 things created within a day, like it's just amazing. I'm so like, oh, just so uplifted by it all, and yeah, it was just incredible. And we've got 9 new members to the Hive. For those of you that are in the Hive, the doors have just closed just about an hour ago, and we've got 9 new people, 9 new sisters, 9 new friends for you to make, and all perfectly selected because all people that loved Friday and want to have a happy side hustle. They're all kind, they're all lovely, so you're going to love them. So I feel like I am like your mum bringing some more people around for you to play with. That's what I feel like. God, I've got some new friends for you that you can make. So yeah, so excited. I'm going to go live again for those of you in the Hive. I'm going to go live in the Hive right after this and just welcome the new people and show them around a bit. You're welcome to join, but if you see me popping up live in the Hive, you probably know what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show the member vault and stuff, but you probably know it. But of course, you're welcome to join me. But yeah, it was just really inspirational, wasn't it? Oh, hi, Mariam. Yes, they all seem wonderful. Yes, they do. Like people that come into the happy hustle world are always wonderful. And if they're not, they just come in and out very, very briefly. Because like I totally get this isn't for everyone. In fact, I was speaking to my boss in my day job today, and he said to me, he said, do you know, sometimes people think I'm just a bit too happy and positive and they don't like me. And I'm like, oh, totally relate to that. but that's the way I like it. Like yeah. I was gonna say who wants to be grumpy and stuff, but people do, don't they? That's interesting as well. Anyway, I want to share a top tip with you on prioritization and productivity. And Paula Cohen did an amazing masterclass on Friday, and I have got still here pages of things that I love. Oh, Jen, brilliant. Hey, Jen's coming in the Hive. Nauseatingly positive. You're right up my street, Jen, then. You're right up our street. So yeah, Paula shared some amazing tips, and I could have picked any of those actually, but I felt because you a lot of you had heard them on Friday. I'm not going to re-share those just now, but I heard a different tip over the weekend, and it's sort of, do you know, sometimes somebody just explains things in a way and it goes click. I can easily ask myself that question every single time I'm prioritizing, and I just loved this. So are you? Yeah, Paula's TED Talk is fab as well. I know. We had a TED speaker at our festival. How cool is that? How cool is that? I'm already thinking we need another festival, don't we? Like later in the year, we definitely do. So yeah, so this is the prioritization tip. One of the things that people regularly say is, I've got so much to do, it's overwhelming, and I don't really know where to start. And what I notice, and what I've noticed in myself in the past, so this is not like I'm not sitting here in judgment of anybody. We're going on this journey together, and prioritization is a challenge for a lot of people, including me. What I've noticed is sometimes when people are feeling overwhelmed with all the things, they just start doing the easier things, or the things that are more fun to them, or the things that are less icky. Like when you have a happy side hustle, you tend to love the side hustle bit, and you might not love the marketing bit, or the audience growing bit, or the connecting with your audience bit. But to differentiate a hobby from a side hustle, then you need to do those bits, and it's finding, and you know that the Hive is about showing you all the different ways that you can do that, and trying to help you to find the one that you connect with most. Even when you find that, I still see people making choices with their limited time that are like busy work, but not necessarily moving their side hustle forward in the way that they're hoping. So, including myself, this tip that I heard over the weekend, I'm hoping is going to be like side hustle changing for you in the way that I truly believe it has been for me. When you have a to-do list, are we ready? This is it. When you have a to-do list and you're looking at all the things you could do, I want you to look and go, okay, if I were to outsource everything on that list, everything, how much would I have to pay for each of those tasks? How much would I have to pay for each of those tasks? So, how much would you have to pay somebody to create a cover for you in Canva? Like, how much would you have to pay somebody to set up your email automation list for you? How much would you have to pay somebody to post on social media for you? How much would you have to pay someone to build your audience? How much would you have to pay someone to market your side hustle consistently? So think about all of the things that are on your list and assign a value to them. So the way that this example was presented to me was, you've got your, let's just go extreme. You've got your tasks where if you were going to outsource, you'd need to pay probably £10 an hour because they're pretty low skilled. That's not like, I don't mean that in a like, I don't mean that in a sort of patronizing way, but do you know what I mean? Like, I could, so say I need someone to copy read something for me. Like, I could go and get someone to do that on Fiverr, and I could probably pay a Fiverr for someone to do that. But I couldn't go on Fiverr and go, can you get me another 9 people coming into the Hive and paying like a monthly fee consistently for hopefully the next few months? Like, I can't do that. That's a job that's much higher hourly rate, if that makes sense. So imagine you've got your £10 an hour tasks, and you've got your £100 an hour tasks. So that's two ends of the spectrum, £10 an hour and £100 an hour. Every day, you need to be focusing on the £100 an hour tasks. Because if you think about it, if you've only got 2 hours available in a day, or 1 hour available in a day, or 20 minutes available in a day, whatever you have, because our lives are all different. And a side hustle does not have to be extra stress where you have to find 5 or 6 hours a day. You work with the time you have available, but in that time available, you need to be doing mainly the £100 an hour tasks. So if I were to give you a kind of a breakdown, when you're setting up your side hustle, this is different. So for those of you that are on Fast Track Your Happy Side Hustle and really in the setup process at the moment, then the kind of the ratio will be completely different, because you have to have something to sell first, really. You could, with a service, not necessarily, you can kind of create as you go, but you have to have your idea fleshed out. You have to know what you're going to be talking about. But once you have that, for those of you that already have your side hustles and you know what you're doing here, you need to be spending 80% of the time you have available on the £100 tasks. And those tend to be growing your audience, connecting with your audience, and being visible with your audience. If you consistently spend X number of minutes, you decide, no judgment at all as to how long you think you can spend in a day, but consistently, if you can spend 80% of that time that you have available on the tasks that are growth, connection, and visibility, your side hustle is going to grow and grow and grow and grow. Where I see people's side hustles kind of remaining a little bit stuck is where they're spending a lot of time on the £10 tasks. And it's like that was a real eye-opener for me, because I regularly spend time on £10 tasks. Like, again, I'm not presenting this to you as, well, I've been very wisely doing this for a long time. It just kind of clicked with me over the weekend. Now, I get prioritization, and I know about prioritizing my rocks, and so I've talked about that at length in the past, but it's that when you are time blocking, what are you consistently time blocking here? And the £100 task, that really resonates with me. And I think as you sort of move on in your side hustle and you do start to outsource tasks, like I outsource my Facebook ads, right? I've got to pay a fortune for my Facebook ads. I've got to pay Facebook a fortune, and I've got to pay the Facebook ads manager a fortune. And why do I pay her a fortune? Because she knows what she's doing. I'm paying for her experience. I'm paying for her results. I'm paying for me not to have to do that bit. But for the festival, so normally, a bit of behind the scenes and happy side hustle. Normally, for the challenges, I pay for Facebook ads to find the lovely people. And that's how most of you have come in here. You saw a Facebook ad in your Facebook feed or in Instagram with the cross posts. You saw that in your feed and you came across and it resonated with you and you decide to hang about, which is amazing. I mean, obviously loads and loads of people see those ads and they just scroll on, but you want to be creating an ad that stops the scroll and attracts the right people. But it's costly. It's costly. So if I'm looking at, I mean, it's varied over the kind of 2.5 years I've been doing this, but it can cost anywhere between, this is to bring someone into my challenge, right? So this is not for someone to buy at the end of the challenge or invest in any of the products or services that I offer, but to bring someone into the challenge. At the moment, it's costing about between £3 and £5 per person, right? So that's just it. So that's what all of you cost for me to kind of find you on Facebook and bring you into my world. Now, for all of you that are on this video, that's been a great cost investment for me, because it cost me £5 and then I did a lot of work. And now hopefully you're listening to this video because you like me and you're kind of interested in staying in the world and you probably have some sort of a paid product. So that's great. But for the majority of people that come through a challenge, they don't go on to buy something. And that's just normal. And there's a whole load of reasons. And, like sometimes it's just not affordable for people. Sometimes I'm not the right person. Sometimes they're not in the right space. There's a whole load of reasons. So when you get to the end, if you're doing, and I will kind of run training on 5-day challenges and kind of show you behind the scenes as to how I do all of this at some point in the future. But you're only expecting between kind of, I don't know, I would tend to have between 3 and 5% of people that come through a challenge actually stay and buy something. So it's, so if you think about that process, and this is what I've been really pondering since I heard the kind of £100 an hour thing, I'm like, okay, so I'm paying somebody and I'm paying Facebook to bring you in. When I decided to do the festival last Friday, I only decided a few weeks prior to that, and it was because of something that was going on in my day job situation where I ended up having a bit of time freed up. I'm absolutely back to back now until the end of the financial year in my day job. So that was the only window I could do it in. And I was looking at my cash flow going, I'm not sure if I can invest in Facebook ads for this with the limited time window, because Facebook ads take a little bit of time to kind of settle in. And when you just start them, they tend to be really high. And just with the time scales, it wasn't going to work. So what I did was I went, right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to see if I can get people on myself. So I was messaging people, creating posts all over the place. I was emailing people. I was creating all of the things to let people know about the festival. And if they were interested, they came along and I managed to get, I think there was 175 people in the end. And when I think, okay, that took a lot of my time, it did. But if I had paid Facebook and my Facebook ads person to bring in 175 people, I would have been paying out thousands of pounds for that. So that can really help when you when you get to the point where you are outsourcing things. Whereas I could outsource something like I don't know, like setting up my challenge groups, so doing a bit of kind of admin behind the scenes. I could probably outsource that for £10 an hour. Maybe it might be a wee bit more, but that's a very different it's a very different skill, because it's probably something that I can easily explain to somebody and they can do it for me. Whereas the visibility, the connection, the growth, those tasks are the ones where you really need to develop your own expertise and spend quite a lot of time really honing that, or you have to pay somebody else. So when you're looking at prioritizing, you need to you need to just be really clear on, am I spending 80% of my time on the £100 tasks? And as I say, there might be other things in your particular side hustle, but the £100 tasks generally are the visibility, the growth, and the connection tasks. So I don't know if that's resonated with you. I know a lot of you probably don't outsource stuff yet, so it might not hit the mark as much as it did with me, but that's really really stuck with me over the weekend, and it's really impacted what I've done today. So atomic habits and all that. Let's see. The only way to make there are so many hours in the day, we have to make them work for us. Pursue the adage of needing to spend money to earn money. Yeah, exactly. Mariam, as you well know, for everything you pay in time or money. Like, you can just pay someone else to do it. The reason, well, not the reason I pay for Facebook ads. It's yeah. There's a few reasons that I pay for Facebook ads, but generally I pay for Facebook ads to bring people in when my day job is busy, because I'm busy earning money in my day job that I can then take and invest in Facebook ads. So I know that Happy Side Hustle is growing while I'm away doing something else. When I have a quiet week, which I did last week, I can then flip that and go, okay, I'm not going to spend that money. I'm going to invest the time. So there's always, to grow your side hustle, there's always time or money. We are worth it. Absolutely. Thanks, Laura. 170. I know, I was pleased with that. I mean, it's warming up your audience over the years. So I've now got a mailing list of more than 5,000 people. And I have got past challenge groups now. I've done maybe, I need to count, between 8 and 10 side hustle challenges. So I can go back into those groups. So again, you can use this sort of thing in the future as your side hustle grows, but I can go back into those groups and look at the people that were really super involved, and the people at the end that have said, oh, I've totally set up my side hustle. And I think, and all I'm doing, so with the festival, all I'm doing is kind of message them and going, listen, if you did set up your side hustle, I think this might be really useful and it's free. And the whole point of that is, like, the majority of people, 175 people came to the festival, 9 of them have joined the Hive. So there's no expectation, and there's no, like, I'm not like angry with anybody that came and didn't join the Hive. That's not what it's all about at all. It's so important to have like that, to be able to help as many people as possible. And it would be ideal if we could all do everything for free and I could send out all my jewelry for free to anybody that wanted it. But in reality, that can't work. Like, that can't work. You have to make money. You have to be able to fund what it is you're doing. And there's a lot of ongoing costs behind the scenes with side hustles, as you're probably starting to realize. So it's quite an easy thing to message people and go, listen, I've got this festival, you'll probably love it. Like, for everybody that's gone to the festival last time, like, the next time I have a festival, and I'm already thinking I definitely want one, because how good was it? And so many people have taken so many actions. It's been incredible. But I want people to see that no, we couldn't do it all the time because it's full on. And the people that are in Fast Track Your Happy Side Hustle, who also had to do a task on Friday, and it was quite a big task. I hadn't quite realised that I'd set that task on the same day as the festival. So over in that group, people are going, I don't, like, it's too much, and I get it. So, like, that was really full on, but we now need to, it's the procrastinating thing, isn't it? We now need to go, right, out of all those sessions that we attended on Friday, what are we going to do with that information? Like, what is it how are we going to implement some of the things that we learned. You do have to implement everything. But I always say, like, having been a trainer for such a long time, I always say, just one thing. Like, say if you spent Friday with us, just take one thing that you learned on Friday and implement it, and that will have made it a worthwhile investment of your time, apart from the fact that it was just fun anyway. So everybody that went to the last festival, when I have another one, like, I'll contact them again and go, listen, I hope you loved the last festival. Here's another one. Look at the speakers that I've got this time. And I would hope that I would be able to probably easily get at least 100 of those people to come back again next time. So it's all, everything that you're doing is all a growth thing. And a lot of people that have joined the Hive this time have been in my world for a while, and it's just not been right, or circumstances just weren't, and now they are in place. And so every time you're doing something on social media, every time you're doing something for visibility or growth, and you're thinking, oh, I'm not getting any reaction, I'm not getting any traction, you're building your authority, you're building your network, you're building your know, like, and trust with your perfect customers. And then at any point you can just go, and especially if you've got an email list, because that's always going to be yours. Like, Facebook may come and go in the future, but you can always go out to your email list and go, do you know what? I've actually got this opportunity for this. Who wants it? And on your email list, the people that remain subscribed to it are your fans. Let me see. I outsource graphic design and pay for Julie Bricken's finance training, including tax return hand-holding. I could have muddled through both, but take the time to learn to be proficient when the cost of utilising experts, keeping the hustle moving forward. Just examples. Yeah, absolutely. And Mariam, for you, I know that would be important because you love supporting other women business owners, don't you? So that would be important for you to go, actually, I can outsource the graphic design piece and I can support Julie by not, like, I mean, I totally outsourced to my accountant. Like, there is not a chance in a million, even if I had no day job work on for the next 3 or 4 months, I'm still not tackling my accounts. It's not up there. It's not up there. Jen, you've done 2 challenges before. Yeah, that's amazing. Katrina, you've been here for a while and you're a newbie. Yeah, exactly. Katrina and Jen are new friends in the Hive. I know. And that's the thing. Like, it has to be when the time is right for you. And when people sort of hang about and come back and are interested, like, eventually they may or may not join your world. But if they don't, and they still remain in their free world, and your kind of your free products, and you make a difference to them, then that's amazing, isn't it? Like, that's amazing. And those sort of people who don't come in and kind of join things all do tend to, like, speak positively about you. So, like, some of my biggest advocates that I see talking really positively about me and the happy side hustle out on the internet are not people that have any sort of paid products, but they just click with me, and they're just sort of for whatever reason, they're just sort of getting on with it themselves. But yeah, anyway, to rewind, when you're prioritizing, when you're looking at your to-do list, you want to be prioritizing the £100 outsourced tasks and not the £10 outsourced tasks, or you want to outsource them, either or. Okay, thank you for joining me tonight. I am just about to go live in the Hive, so Jen and Katrina, come and join me, and I'm going to show you around in there. So excited to welcome you into the Hive. Everybody else who's here, you're totally welcome to join me in the Hive, but you might have heard it before. But I'm about to come and chat it through with you newbies. So have a fantastic week, everybody. I may or may not be back on Thursday. My diary is like mad between now and the end of March, really. So I may or may not. I may be back on Thursday. I may not. If I'm not, I will be back next Monday for the Happy Hustle Show. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a lovely week.